everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Cubicle AMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. I'm your host, Orly, and today we have a very special guest on. We have Larry Denecke back on the show. Last week, Larry was on here. He was talking about his virtual class he was going to be teaching. So I thought, why not drag Larry back and let him talk about one of the things he talked about on the course. So first of all, Larry, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And Larry, again, can you just let everyone know your position with Cubicle AMF and what you do in that position?
Sure. I'm a Max Training Specialist. Been with the company for about 6 years now. And just training, going to the centers, training them on Conqueror, just about everything to do with it. Anything you have a issue with during the setup, all the way from pin setters to deck lights to POS, everything.
Yeah, I always kind of joke with when I have trainers on the show to say you guys are very welcomed when it comes to going into a center, because people, especially new centers, they need help and they see you, they're like, oh, and I've even joked saying you've probably been offered jobs by centers before, like, hey, how much to pay you just to stay with me here? All right. So, Larry, what I wanted to cover today was, when I was in a center, I had this issue. Sometimes some of the kids would come into work and they would forget to clock in or they would forget to clock out, or, maybe they didn't clock out the last time, so when they clocked in today, that was technically clocking them out. Where can you go in there, a manager go in there to fix that time, if they need to edit it or maybe add in a time for a clock in?
Sure. It's fairly simple to do. First thing I would recommend, if you ever have an employee that comes in and says, I forgot to check in, it's always best to just have them log in, even if they're check in, even if they're late, and then go. Then we can. It's easier to fix. So just if they say, they're supposed to be here at 7 and they got busy on something, I forgot to clock in. Just always tell your employees, just go ahead and clock in. Then it's easier for you to go into the system, into Conquer, and make the correction. So to do that, really simple. You're just going to go into and open up Conquer, go to the back office, then general, and then you're going to look for the system log icon. Once you click on that, you're going to have 3 tabs at the top. What you're going to do is you're going to click on the system log, and you can search for their name if you have a lot of them, a lot of employees. You can search for them if they didn't log in. And let's just say if they logged in late, you would just find their name. You can hit modify, and then it's just simply adding, adjusting the time. If it's clock out or clock in, one of the two. If they didn't, if they said I didn't log in, there's an add button at the bottom. They can just simply click on the add button and then add the employee and then adjust the hours. So it's really simple to do. Again, it's just really just going into the main screen, going into the home screen, back office, do the general tab, and in system log. In system log, just look for your employee, and then again, just either click modify. Once you find them, you can click modify or add. And there's a filter down at the bottom you can search for them. So if it was a couple days ago, I messed up, I forgot to check out at the right time, or I checked out late or checked in late, you can always find them and adjust their time that way. But it's always best, again, just make sure that just to recommend, if they forgot to log in, tell them just go ahead, even if it's late. It's just easier for you to do. And that's it.
Yeah, that's a good, because it does happen. Sometimes you walk into the center and it's so busy and everybody's like, hey, can you come help me do this right away? And they, take off their coat, and then before you know it, they forget to clock in. So, again, make sure, you guys make sure that's a simple tip, a simple, easy one, but I feel a very important one, Make sure your management knows how to fix that. You probably don't want the staff to fix it themselves just because they might be like, their friend might be like, okay, let me go ahead and clock them in a little early. They're not here yet, but yeah, I think that's a very helpful tip.
And just to stop them from doing that, and most everybody knows, you can just do that in profile, user profile. Just set up who has access to do that, and so that's an easy setup. So they can't go in there and adjust their own time or a friend's time.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Larry. Thanks for talking about that with us. If you are new to the show and you're listening for the first time, this is kind of just what the show is about. We give quick little tips, stuff you can listen to on the way to when you're clocking in the back and walking to the front desk. You have time to listen to a quick episode. So make sure you're sharing these with your friends, your staff, your management team, owners, whoever you think might get some kind of use of these. We're here weekly to give you a tech tip. And yeah, if you guys ever have a question about something you want us to talk about, let us know. Feel free to email me. Let us know, and we will get that talked about by one of our trainers. And I'm sure Larry will come back to talk about it. Right, Larry?
Anytime you want me to. I'll be glad to come back and help.
Well, Larry, I appreciate you joining the show today. And everyone, until next time, have a great day, and we will talk to everyone soon.